sing a song, but he loved to sing.
What kind of song would you like to sing for us? What would you like? What did you sing? What songs when you think of R&B?
Well, as I was just humming then, I'm gonna do what the Spirit says do. I'm gonna do what the Spirit says do. What the Spirit says do, I'm gonna do, oh Lord. Do what the Spirit says do. We used to sing, I'll go to jail if the Spirit says jail. I'll go to jail if the Spirit says jail. If the Spirit says jail, I'll go to jail. Oh Lord, I'll go to jail if the Spirit says jail. We sang a lot of different kinds of songs.
Could I ask you, what do you think?
King being pulled from all sides that the patriarchy afforded him, but also cursed him with. The patriarchy afforded him being the face of the movement, although many women were going unrecognized. The patriarchy, excuse me, I can't even say the word, sorry. The patriarchy afforded him a wife and family in a way he saw fit to be able to do what he deemed right. But the patriarchy cursed him with the burden of being the face of the nonviolent civil rights peace movement and constantly being under surveillance by your own countrymen facing threats of violence always. Again, to cite J. Edgar Hoover's revenge information, the FBI once hoped could destroy Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. has been declassified. That's a long title. I'm probably going to cite it again in this piece. I'm not going to read that whole thing again. But 2 days after King delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech at the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, William Sullivan, the FBI's Director of Intelligence, famously responded by writing, "We must mark him now, if we have not done so before, as the most dangerous Negro of the future is in this nation from the standpoint of communism, the Negro and national security." Insight. Fam. They thought he was the most dangerous Negro in the nation because he just wanted equality at the time, and to be able to sit at like diner tables and sit on the front of the bus at the time. He was slowly getting into his socio-political thing as far as like the rich versus poor type situation, but this was the early beginning, when this was the mid part of Dr. King, and they like, yeah, nah, he's dangerous. And I'm supposed to believe that. What? Yeah, again, back to this. The patriarchy cursed him with having to uphold all the traditional roles of a father figure, at the same time having to be a forefather for social justice. So there was places he lacked because the patriarchy wins, and we all lose no matter what.
When y'all get back, this nigga's ill.
Now, to cite what Martin Luther King Jr. learned from Coretta Scott King, "It's a great temptation," Coretta wrote, "to demand more of my husband's attention. We women are like that. But I have had to realize that he belongs to the world and therefore cannot be the same kind of husband and father that he would like to be." Doing her part for the cause of freedom, she said, included explaining to the children why their father went to jail and why he wasn't home as much as other fathers and why sometimes he didn't come home when the family expected him to. What would you do if the son was at home crying on? "I have considered my role very important from the beginning," she wrote. Insight. The issue I'm trying to highlight of emotional manipulation will be backed by research I did objectively, discussing Coretta Scott King's impact as an activist. First and foremost, my conclusion of emotional manipulation is an opinion. So don't sue me, Dr. King's estate and Dr. Bernice King, because I see you're going to be a speaker at the upcoming Invest Fest. I'm not buying tickets. I don't want to fund your capitalistic endeavors. Excuse me. So all love, no lawsuits.
I got a bone to pick.
As many don't want you to know, but Coretta had a life surrounded by activism before she met Dr. King, while she was married to Dr. King, and subsequently after his assassination. One pivotal experience in her activism journey came from her advocating for herself dealing with the bigoted school administration at the so-called liberal college Antioch in Yellow Springs, Ohio. That's where I live. I don't live in Yellow Springs, I live in Ohio. That she received a scholarship to attend. So she received a scholarship to go to the school that hates her.
You's a fucking hater!
Wild. She wanted to advance as a part of the student teacher program, but the school's administration, along with the whole school district, refused to integrate the program, which forced Coretta to have to travel 9 to 10 miles away from her school just to teach as a part of that morally bankrupt program. Coretta wrote the Antioch School Administration a scathing letter. To cite the essay, I Was Called To by Christopher Burrow, and I'm going to cite this essay a few times because Christopher said some good stuff. She wrote, "My precious time and money have been spent for a commodity which I never received only because my skin color happened to be darker. This kind of injustice which I experienced is mild compared to what Negroes are facing all the time in our society. Do you then wonder why America, as a leader among the nations in the world, cannot command more respect among the common people who make up the majority of the world? Her inner corruption cannot long persist without backfiring." Damn.
Hold on, when y'all get back, this nigga's ill.
Okay, back to this. And then, wow. See, and you would never know this stuff if you don't do your Googles, man. But back to the essay. And then, as she wrote in her memoir, "This was the first time I stood up publicly against discrimination. And I found that I rather liked making waves and being a catalyst for change. I knew that I would be black the rest of my life, so I could not back down or remain silent in the face of the injustice I would inevitably face." Cite over. Damn. So, she was a leader in her own right. It seems her light was dimmed by the conservatism that permeated in the civil rights movement. Right now, I want you to name 5 women from the movement that aren't Coretta Scott King, Betty Shabazz, Rosa Parks, Madam C.J. Walker, and Shirley Chisholm. Go.